Hey, what's up guys? JC here. Today I just wanted to show you some cool production tips that I use in my own productions, and hopefully you could absorb them and use them in your own. So what we're doing today is pretty simple. It just involves an arpeggiator and recording MIDI. And so let's get right into it. So as you can see here, we have two MIDI tracks. One I named output art because this is going to be our MIDI out, and this is going to be our MIDI in. So the way you set up your MIDI in is you just go to MIDI from and you select the output of the MIDI, which in this case is MIDI. Is our output ARP. We're going to go back to our output ARP, and I already went ahead and did so, but I threw an arpeggiator on there. I'm using Ableton's built-in arpeggiator, but you could use a third-party plugin, and that would work just fine. So let's just go ahead and show you how this works. So as you guys know, if I play a chord, it's going to play that arpeggiation rate. But if I hold it, and let's say I put 1/64th, so on 160 with this rate, we could expect something a bit glitchy. Very glitchy, not super pleasant. But we do see that it just held one note. So we don't really see the 64ths, 1/64ths. So, and that's what we're looking for here. And it can be difficult for some people who aren't musicians and don't comprehend arpeggios to really use this in their own productions. So this is something I learned. I really wish I remember who taught me, but shout out to you because it's super dope. And I love it. It's pretty cool. So what we're gonna do now is on our input track, we're gonna go ahead and arm that as well. And what I'm gonna be doing is recording a clip. And while I do that, I'm going to modulate the rate, modulate the gate, and the steps. But for now, let's set these to their default value by just clicking it and pressing delete. Oh, and I'm going to change the style. I'm even going to pause while I'm recording so you could really hear it. So we have these two tracks record enabled, and you know what, I don't want this playing. So we're just going to play. You'll see when I trigger something, not only is it triggered here, but it's triggered here, just to an empty MIDI track. But remember, it's going to record it. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to do the same thing, D minor, and let's go. Let's pause. Now let's go down and fast. And let's go ahead and pause and check out what we recorded. So as you can see, we have our standard eighth note arpeggio going up. Then we change the rate, and we change, when you mess with the gate, that actually changes the length of the note. And we have more gating and more eighth notes. Then we get into the 16th notes, and then it just starts getting really small, and there you have it. We have our steps, so you see all the arpeggios into different octaves, which can sound pretty badass. And look, all of it, you have it there. So yeah, this is just something I use so I don't feel limited with just these few controls. Don't get me wrong, this is almost all you need. But if you really want to get off the grid, create your own arpeggios, create odd numbered loops to create your own grooves, and really just take the listener somewhere else, and just make cool sounding music, I really highly suggest this. And it just helps you, gives you a different perspective, let's say, on arpeggios. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and I will be back with more cool, interesting videos. And thanks. Take care.